Sure. Did you say Dan?
Go for it.
Awesome. Hey, Caleb, Dan Wolkenstein here from the Brawl Network. Cover the Chargers out here in LA. First off, just want to congratulate you on off season. Excited for see where you end up getting picked. Two-part question. Part one, want to see what your thoughts are of the Chargers if you talk to them, where you see yourself fitting in. And second part, I know with all the news going on with potential surgery, impact, and where that kind of has you fitting in the draft, how do you see that impacting yourself, and where do you see yourself stacking up for NFL teams here in the draft?
Yes, I'm a Chargers fan. I got an old teammate, Brandon Faison, who's out there currently playing corner for the Chargers. I've had a good friend and mentor in Casey Haber, who also played for the Chargers. So, I would say I'm a Chargers fan. And as far as for the surgery, I had a procedure done Tuesday, a discectomy on the S1, which was really stimulates from, my previous injury from a deadlift, which I had herniated my L5 and bulged my S1, but at the time, we chose to move forward and operate on the herniation of L5, thinking that S1 was not an issue, which it gave me immediately relief back then, and I was able to train and be basically wasn't physically limited for a year, but instead of operating on the S1, gave it a chance to heal on its own, which it had a good chance to do, but unfortunately just a month ago, I had kind of flared it up, inflamed it. I had got advised to go ahead and fix it instead of trying to keep waiting and hoping it would heal on its own, because at the end of the day, being so active and being an athlete and always training and doing things like that, your disc really isn't going to have the time to just heal and be reabsorbed back into the body like a normal person. So I was advised to go ahead and get the procedure done on it, and I'm glad it's not a reoccurrence of the same thing. I'm checked out. My previous procedure done is intact. It looks great, and I'm excited to have move forward from this.
Awesome. And then have you had a chance to talk with the Chargers yet?
Yes, we've spoke briefly at times, on Zoom calls and things like that. It seems like, they like me, but it's just, there's just never no way to know. So I try to always, talk to everybody the same way and, keep an ear out, but I'm in the blue. I have no idea.
Cool. Thanks so much. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Matt Baker.
You were probably the first high-profile guy to opt out this season. How do you think that's affected your draft stock, good, bad, other?
Yeah, well, being blessed with a lot of the abilities that I'm blessed with, and I put a lot of bank in on my pro day, unfortunately, ironically, I can't say why, things have happened the way it's happened. It's not something that I would have chose. I really think it was just, a lack of information from myself and just, not having the time to experiment with my body, at this sport. There's time intervals that you got to be on. And, but now, I got to control what I can control. I got a great report from Dr. Watkins about the season. Really, the only negative about the situation is just not being able to go put up the numbers, that I was supposed to go put up. And, I'm just thankful to still be in this position, to have an opportunity to showcase my talent at the next level. And, whatever team grabs me is going to have the best corner in the draft.
But before the injury, what were you able to do just working out on your own that you wouldn't have been able to do during the course of a normal grind of a football season?
I'm not sure what you're asking. Can you ask it again?
Yeah, before you got hurt, what were you able to do as you were working out on your own that maybe you wouldn't have been able to kind of fine tune during a normal football season?
Yeah, well, the injury happened, in August of 2019. Really able to do pretty much everything. It's just an annoying sciatica feeling, is what I was, experiencing. Yeah, I'm sorry. I went brain dead again. I'm not really sure what I'm answering.
Jennifer Chan.
Hi, Caleb. The 49ers are looking to likely move on from Richard Sherman. Is he a guy that you've kind of admired from afar? Who else are your other pro cornerbacks that you've kind of looked at?
I think Richard Sherman is, a goat in the game, coming from a wide receiver, transferring to a cornerback, and just having the football IQ that he has to put himself in the best ability to make plays. I think that's why he was so successful, because of how smart he is. And so I'm a huge fan of Richard Sherman. I have many quarters that I like to watch. I love watching ball hawks like Marcus Peters, and then also just raw cover corners like Stephon Gilmore and Tre'Davious White. I'm a fan of every guy that has come before me, and I try to implement everything they do into my own game to just build the perfect prototypical corner that you can make in the lab. I feel like that's going to be me in a couple years, and I'm just ready to get back out there and continue to prove to the world what I can do on the field.
And have you spoken to the 49ers?
Yes, I've had Zoom calls with them also, and I feel like they've went well, and I've enjoyed it.
Thank you.
T. Orlando Ledbetter in Atlanta.
Yes, Caleb. Excuse me, Mr. Farley. Could you, run over that surgery again? The S1, S5. That was very good detail. And you said you're gonna be the best. What makes you the best corner in the draft?
Yes, I would love to go over it again, just from a lot of misinformation in the media at the time. But yeah, just an original deadlift injury that had herniated my L5 disc and bulged my S1. I had chose to move forward and do the discectomy on the L5 herniation, which gave me immediate relief after. Still had some lingering sciatica symptoms that I felt but did not limit me physically in any way. It was just something that I kind of was, informed and trusting in, that it was just post-operative surgeries that, would go away over time, which, I did a great job managing over a year. And but that bulge was still in my S1, and unfortunately, I irritated it a month ago, which caused me to pull back on my training. I was trying to cut back and manage the inflammation to come out here on Pro Day and put up some crazy numbers. But after talking to Dr. Watkins and getting the MRI and getting things looked at, we was advised best to go ahead and fix this problem so that I'd be ready for training camp and be ready for the season. It was not a reoccurring disc or anything like that. What I had previously worked on is still intact, and it was great news. I'm actually excited about the news.
And what makes you the best corner in the draft?
Yeah, at this point, really words are not going to do it anymore. So time will tell. Time will tell. My mental, my mentality, and my abilities, are special. Time will tell though.
Thank you.
Andy Bitter.
Yeah, Caleb, I know you weren't able to do anything here today in Blacksburg. I was wondering how valuable you found that still to talk to NFL personnel, and what were those discussions like today?
Yeah, all my life I dreamed of having a pro day. I dreamed of running a 40 at the combine. I dreamed of doing all this, what I've got to experience today. And I've truly tried to find a way where I'm not bitter about the situation or frustrated, because as far as now, it's out of my control. And, I've enjoyed watching my teammates compete, and just the whole camaraderie of the weight room and teams coming together. It's been everything, I could have asked for, and I've been truly enjoyed today. It's been a dream come true.
I know you kind of wonder, you don't really know exactly what your draft stock might be. Do you worry about the back issue popping up in teams' mind when they just hear back issue, that maybe that would drop a little bit?
Yeah, that's for the media. When the teams look at the imaging and get the real information of the beef, I don't think it'll be an issue. Once they see my imaging and things of that nature. And I accepted my draft invite, so I'll be in Cleveland. And if a team wants a guy if a team wants the best corner in the draft, they'll come find me.
Thank you.
Peter Bukowski.
Caleb, when you're putting together,
He's breaking up a little bit.
All right, let's move to Scott Petrak then.
Hi, Caleb. I read a quote where you said, if you're not one of the best corners in the league in the next few years, it'll be a waste. So I'm curious where that self-belief and self-confidence comes from.
Yeah, it just comes from, playing the game of football all my life. I know what an athlete looks like. I know what guys with different abilities. And I say this in a humble position, but, I know I possess a very elite ability in my athleticism, just in my quickness with long-term speed, and my football IQ of the game, being able to come in and out of cuts. That's one of the reasons why you see me excel at the position, extremely fast, never have playing it before. And really the same thing happens at wide receiver. If I go play wide receiver or quarterback, anything, I just know where I'm gonna get to, and even how much better I've gotten from the 2019 season. Just training and getting around knowledge and wisdom. I truly believe in myself, and I don't really, at this point in my life and my maturity in my mind, I don't really need any more pat on the backs. I don't need anybody else to tell me I can do something. I understand the game of football and what comes with it, and I know I'm special.
Hey, I know you said you accepted the invite to Cleveland. Have you talked to the Browns at all?
The Cleveland Browns?
Yeah.
Yes, also Zoom call with them, and it's so hard for me to get a feel, because it's all very routine, and so I'm just filled with joy, and I'm excited, I'm happy, and I'm just living out my dream. It's truly a blessing.
Thanks a lot.
Emmanuel Morgan in New York.
Hey, Caleb, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Cool, man. So a lot of people always talk about only way to get in game shape is to play games. So given the surgery, given you opting out, how are you trying to simulate that and get in the best shape possible by training camp?
Yeah, just rehabbing, following, protocol, and I'm not really concerned about that at all. Once you get playing and playing again, day 2, day 3, you back in the groove. And yeah, I'm not really concerned about that at all. I'm just gonna make sure, I pass all levels of my rehab, my core is strong, and I'm ready to go. But as far as getting in game shape and picking it back up, I'm sure, you can sharpen up, for games and stuff like that. But day 1 practice is gonna be practice.
Yeah, now I'm kind of curious. Not playing this season, did it kind of help you mentally, like film wise, like technique wise, anything like that?
That's a great question, because that's all I've been doing. Is breaking down these offensive coordinators and learning from, like I said, some of my mentors and guys that have been playing in the NFL for a long time. They're teaching me the position, learning new techniques. I've truly grown and got better in my fundamentals, and I'm just excited to get around a staff, a new defensive back coach, a new defensive coordinator, so I can, just be a sponge and soak up everything they have to offer.
Thank you.
Alex in Pittsburgh.
Hey, Caleb, just a quick question. Have you talked with Pittsburgh at all? I believe they sent their DBs coach to the pro day today. And if you did talk to Pittsburgh, who did you speak with?
Yes, I spoke on a Zoom call with Pittsburgh, and Coach Tomlin was on there, and I feel like we had a great conversation. I really enjoyed speaking with him, and I feel like he had a lot of good points for me to take in and take his advice, and I'm excited to see how that relationship goes.
What advice did he give you?
Yeah, just to stay true to myself and not be affected by media reports and things or people just talking negative about my situation, as if I'm injury prone or things of that nature. It's really it's just unfortunate how the timing of things played out, and I feel like I could have handled it better.
Time for a couple more. George in Denver.
Hey, Caleb. George Stoya with the Denver Gazette covering the Broncos. Have you spoken with Denver? And if so, with who? And then I have a follow-up after that.
Yes, I had spoke with Denver on a Zoom call, pretty much the whole staff. And I believe I have another Zoom call coming up with them pretty soon in the next following days. And also, I enjoyed talking to the Broncos and their staff. I feel like they listened to what I had to say and kind of took me at my word and they seem interested. So I'm also excited to see where that relationship goes and grows into.
They've made my follow-up, but they've made a couple moves to sign a couple corners this offseason with Kyle Fuller from Chicago and Ronald Darby from Washington. What do you know about that secondary and maybe even head coach Vic Fangio and his defense?
Yeah, well, I know Kyle Fuller is a fellow Hokie, so I think that's a great move by Denver. And if I was to get selected to Denver, it would be great to be able to come in and be around those guys and just pick everybody's brains and develop to be the best person I can be. But I feel like day one I'm a starter, and I feel like day one I'm a guy that can match up against a team number one.
All right, time for a couple more here. Nick in Pittsburgh.
Hey Caleb, so you're a corner that I guess is you're about 6'2", and you have a special frame and fluidity for your size. I mean, what about your skill set and what about your game do you think makes you have that fluidity and that special athleticism?
Yeah, well, the special athleticism is really truly all God-given. That's just stuff that I don't have to think about on the field at that time. I'm really just reacting. But I think what makes me special is just my football IQ. Just knowing how offensive coordinators work and how they're trying to attack you on the field. And, I plan to continue to grow and showcase that in my technique because even in 2019, I made a lot of rookie mistakes. I let a lot of play on the field, made simple mistakes that should be fixed. And, I'm just excited. I'm excited to keep continuing to build my kind of like player. In my head, I'm kind of adding attributes and taking things away and building them up as strong as I can be. So I'm just excited to continue to get better.
And then a follow-up to that, is there a particular, I guess, scheme you like to play in? Are you more comfortable in a match scheme? Are you more comfortable in just straight up off man cover three? Do you like to be on an island, a single high? I mean, and you have experience in all of that in the VT defense, but is there a place where you feel most comfortable and where your skill sets really shine?
Yeah, I would love for, coach to come to me and say, take out this team's best wide receiver this week. If he goes for 150 receiving yards, it's on you. I would love that.
One more, Jacob in Chicago.
Hey, Caleb, appreciate you taking the time out to talk. Just a little bit of a two-parter here. From your experience as a wide receiver entering Virginia Tech at that position, can you speak about the advantage that position gives you in terms of analyzing a receiver's routes and determining what they're going to do next? And also, the Bears sent defensive backs coach Deshae Townsend down to your guys' pro day. Have you had the opportunity to speak with them?
I'm gonna answer the first question and then ask you to repeat the second part of your question because I kind of didn't hear it. But coming in, at Tech, I played was comfortable playing receiver just because I was an offensive guy running with the football at quarterback. But truly, I really wasn't a receiver either. I didn't really have a lot of route running savvy. I was just an athlete, quick off the line, and just quick footed. So I really didn't have a natural position. But I think what Coach Wiggins was, the limited amount of time I had with Coach Wiggins and what he was trying to teach us and how to attack the DB and all of those things. I remember everything, from that side, from the corner side, from the quarterback side. And I definitely think that has given me an advantage of just knowing, how I'm being attacked and where the quarterback wants to put the ball and how certain routes look and feel.
And just a quick follow-up. Did you say you didn't hear my second part of my question? I know I'm in my car here, so I just want to make sure.
Yes, correct. It's kind of breaking up. I didn't hear it.
Just asking the. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll try and speak up, see if you can hear me. The Bears sent Deshae Townsend down to your pro day, their defensive backs coach. I'm just wondering if you had any contact with them.
Yeah, I addressed everybody in kind of like a press conference style. They had a lot of questions about what was going on. Pro Day's still going on. I haven't spoke to them directly yet. But, I'm going to get out there and try to speak and just look as many people in the eye as I can and build those relationships.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Caleb. We are going